two pay-per-views to predict. One Saturday night, 8 p.m. pay-per-view and Fight TV. That is Impact Slammiversary. And then, of course, we will get to the horror show, and we'll discuss what that even means. But let's start with Impact. And this one's going to be very interesting because, truth be told, I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Impact. However, I plan on purchasing this pay-per-view, so I feel it appropriate to predict it. And there's some potential surprises and excitement around this one. So has anybody, and we'll go Ryan, Matt, Tim, and Brittany, and that'll be the order. Has anybody been keeping up to date with any of the Impact product?
A little bit, yes. Not as much as AEW or the WWE, but yes, I have.
Good. Matt?
No, not at all.
Awesome. Tim?
They got rid of Michael Elgin. That's all I know.
Perfect. Brittany, how about you?
I think the last time I actually watched an episode was last Slammiversary. So yeah, I'll be watching this Slammiversary. It's like a catch up.
Yeah, perfect. And if they do video work well,
we're all gonna fucking be honest here. I haven't watched a shit minute of Impact in 2 or 3 years. God damn it! I didn't know we were all going honesty.
Devin says he hasn't, and Jason asks, "Impact is still in business?" Hey, they're the little engine that could. They're like that. They're like that fly that you can't get rid of.
They have great match. Like they do have some great things. I mean, and I really do like Jordan Grace being there. Like they do have some great things. I just don't get to watch it because I don't have access to is it on the Access channel? What's the channel it's on?
It's
called Access? Yeah.
Yeah, I say it's still on Access, I believe.
I don't think it's on Access, is it?
I thought it was Impact on Pop. Is that not a thing anymore?
No. I think
they're on Destination Ecuador. They're on the new channel.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what channel they're on. Like, it goes into my DVR every week, and then like come Sunday night, I start looking over, and there's too much stuff in the DVR as it is, and I'm like, I'm not going to catch up with this, so I just delete it. Like I look at it and I go, oh, that's cute, and then I delete it, and that's about where it's at. And I'm not, and I know like it sounds really bad, and I'm really not trying to discredit because there is a lot of great talent on the Impact roster, and you know there are a lot of people that are Impact fans, and so I'm we're having fun here. I'm truly not discrediting anybody there. It just, I mean, there's weeks where I don't watch SmackDown, I don't watch AEW, I don't watch NXT. Rarely I do miss a Raw. Like if it goes past a couple of days and I look in the DVR, I just don't catch up on it. It's almost impossible at this point to, like, if you're really gonna try and keep track of all the wrestling that's out there. So
so much.
There's 7 matches, and we're gonna I'll work bottom to top, crust to tip. Jason says, "Yep, I googled it. They are still in fact rolling." So thank you, Jason, for checking with us on that one. Again, if you are following along with us here in the live video, feel free to comment and like and share.
Jason, he's the big AEW fan, right?
The biggest AEW fan.
Now that he found out that Impact's still around, will he give them a shot like he gave AEW a shot?
He might. I mean, I know he's a huge AEW fan, so he does appreciate the non-WWE company. So I'm sure he will. He'll give them a visit here. All right, let's start at the bottom. This is a tag team open challenge. It is the Rascals, Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier. Desmond, of course, a former guest of this program with obviously with the open challenge. So we don't know who their opponents will be. So let's give a prediction on who we think the opponents will be and who will come out on top. I am going to predict it to be Gallows and Anderson. I know there's been a lot of buzz around them potentially returning to Impact. So I am going to go ahead and say that it'll be them, and they will pick up the win here on their return. So, Ryan.
Yep.
I guess that's me.
Yeah.
So okay. Different here. You know what? Let's say the Brothers of Destruction, and they get the win.
Perfect. Tim, how about you?
Okay, I have a leading question.
Okay.
Are the North booked on the card?
The North have
They are, yeah.
Yeah, the North are defending their tag team titles.
So then, what titles do the Rascals have?
No, I think it's just like an open, like, we're gonna be here, come and fight us.
Okay, sure. I'm going Hawkins and Broski.
Okay, I love it, and they're gonna win, I would assume.
You don't love that, Jim. Don't fucking say you love that. You don't love anything Zack Ryder.
I love the fact that he gave me an answer.
So on brand, the Rascals win.
Okay.
Because Hawkins can't win for shit.
Very good. Brittany, how about you?
I'm torn. I like the idea of it being like somebody coming in. I mean, Gallows and Anderson would be cool. I do like the idea of Hawkins and like that'd be fun. I don't think they're gonna win either way, but what Tim said, sure.
Perfect.
Yes.
Ryan, would you like to amend your terrible answer from before, or are you just going to stick with yes?
I would disagree with you, Jim. Why would I say the same thing you said? Yes, what you said is exactly my answer.
Oh well, I like that. I like social distance, Ryan. He agrees with me a lot, actually.
Right, quick and to the point, baby.
It's kind of nice. All right, Devin says it'll be Rhino and Heath Slater, and they will pick up the win. Moving on to the an old school rules match for the unsanctioned TNA World Heavyweight Championship. No idea what any of that means, but Moose, I guess, is defending it against Tommy Dreamer because 2020. I'm going to go ahead with Tommy Dreamer. Sure. Tommy Dreamer, world champion in 2020. Ryan, how about you?
I think Moose just brought this back as like a toy prop belt. Kind of similar to like the FTW belt, that it doesn't really have much.
Yeah, we're just
meaning.
throwing champion. You get a championship. You get a championship. You get a manager. You get a manager.
Right. Everybody gets championships and managers. I'm going to disagree with you here and say Mr. Moose will retain.
Now, I truth be told, I did read a little bit of news about this today. I guess the original plan was that TNA was going to run, or excuse me, Impact was going to run a pay-per-view around the Tampa area around WrestleMania weekend, and they were going to do like old TNA like gimmick matches, and they were going to do a King of the Mountain match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Moose was going to win that, and then the pandemic happened, and they just decided to kind of do like when Ric Flair came to WWF and had the NWA title and just kind of carried it because he had it there. That's what they did. That I guess is how this situation came to be. Yes, Jason, Tommy Dreamer apparently still alive. Matt, how about you?
Okay, so is old school rules, is that spelled SKOOLROOLZ?
Not on the Wikipedia page. I'm not sure if Titan Towers still has that trademarked or not either.
Okay, then Tommy Dreamer is my thing.
Perfect. Now if it would have been spelled the other way, would Moose have won, or would it have still been Tommy Dreamer?
To follow along with the double O's.
Gotcha. Tim, how about you?
Even though Moose is trying his best to get canceled in the middle of 2020,
Jesus, you ain't kidding.
And also bring down Rick O'Shea, Casey Cannizzaro, and other people, I still think that Moose Nation is winning because they don't have Michael Elgin anymore, so they need to back somebody else. So it's Moose.
There you go.
Moose.
Yeah, that was a weird it was a weird afternoon from that front. But Brittany, how about you? How about you on this one?
It's it's weird times. I mean, I guess it's gonna be Moose. I highly I mean, it's 2020. Who the hell even knows what's happening anymore? But I mean, I don't think Tommy Dreamer is gonna get. They're not gonna. It's gonna be Moose. Moose is gonna keep it. But Tommy Dreamer will sell his ass off. That'll happen. That's gonna be nice. I'm just gonna do whatever Moose does.
Brian said that Impact is like the Christian rock of the wrestling world. And he says Striper is doing the theme song for the show. Hey, don't knock Striper, Brian. Don't you dare knock Striper. That will not be allowed in this house. All right.
If we're gonna cancel Moose for anything, I bought an 8x10 when I met Moose, and the motherfucker signed it in a big pen. Who signs in pens? Like, what the fuck is this?
People
cancel Moose for that.
Like, I have extra Sharpies, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't like Sharpies. I like my pen."
Oh, you were there? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I was there for that too.
I like my pen.
Sharpie's too permanent.
Yeah.
Like, he might as well have signed it in like a lead pencil. Like,
He might he might as well just like pulled out a screwdriver and just engraved it into the picture. Sure, yes, Brian, Petra. We'll allow Petra to do the theme song here. All right, let's move on here. In tag team match for the Impact Tag Team Championship, the North, which is Ethan Page and Josh Alexander, are defending against Ken Shamrock. Apparently still a thing. What year is it? Hashtag 2020 is weird. Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan, the most likely of tag teams. Just exactly who I would have thought Ken Shamrock would have teamed with. I have the North picking up the win and retaining their titles. Ryan, how about you?
I will go with Team Strike and Spit. Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan.
I love it. That is a great team name. Matt.
This pay-per-view, as I've predicted it so far, is already way too weird for Ken Shamrock to be winning things. So the North, let's give some semblance of normalcy to this GFW TNA Impact show.
Tim, how about you?
Is Vince Russo booking for Impact?
Probably.
Secretly,
okay.
yeah.
Like,
because if Russo's booking this, bro, then there's one thing I know for sure, and that's tag team partners who don't like each other getting along and winning. Therefore, Team Strike and Spit are winning the thing because I'm showing up in a Giants jersey because you know it's real.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Brittany, how about you?
Oh God. I'm just gonna go with the North because I just need order and balance to be restored to this pay-per-view. I need the North to win because I don't know if they pulled, like, if they had like a hat in the back with a bunch of names in it and they were just like, all right, Ken Shamrock and Sami, yeah, you'll be great. It's fine. It's cool. Yeah, it's great. You'll be fine.
They went to one of those axe throwing bars and they like blindfolded Dixie Carter and she just started drunkenly throwing axes at the wall. And the first two names it hit were Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. Devin has the North winning. Jason seems baffled that Ken Shamrock is still a thing. We're messing with Jason big time this week on the show. You got to keep those Google fingers ready, Jason, because Lord only knows what else is going to come out throughout this show. All right, we have a gauntlet for the gold match to determine number one contender for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Alicia Edwards versus Havoc, Kiera Hogan, Kimberly, Kylie Ray, Nevia, is that how you say that? I should have read this beforehand. Madison Rain, Rosemary, Susie, Tasha Steeles, and Taya Valkyrie. I'm going to share the love to another former guest of this show and go with Kiera Hogan picking up the win and becoming the number one contender. Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, man, there's just a shitload of talent in this match.
Right?
This match, very, very exciting to watch. I'm going to go with Smiley Kylie.
There you go. Very good. Matt, how about you?
I'm going to have Tasha Steeles winning her match at ACW and then going all the way to Slammiversary and winning there too for like the true 2020 situation.
Very fast.
I love it. Tim, how about you?
I'm going to keep it going with all these different answers. I'm picking Taya Valkyrie.
All right.
Because Johnny Nitro.
Perfect. Loved it. Love it.
Yep.
Brittany, how about you?
I'm torn because there's so much talent in this match. Like, this actually could be I don't actually know any of the matches that are on this card, but so far what I'm hearing, this could be the best match of this card leading up so far from we've got bottom to, so this is going to be a great match regardless, but I'm torn between Susie and Rosemary. I feel like I kind of just want to see Susie continue to play out the Susie instead of Su Yung. I want to kind of see where this can go, and I feel like her storyline needs to continue. Taya's already been champion. We've run through that gauntlet. Sure. Or Havoc. I really do love Havoc so much. She's fantastic. So I don't know, all of them. I want all of them to win. It's 2020. they all get titles.
Sure. I mean, why not? At this point, why not? With everything else that's gone on, why not just have everybody win? Then we have a singles match. Devin has Madison Rayne picking up the win in that one. Singles match for the Impact X Division Championship. Willie Mack defending against Chris Bay. I'm gonna have Willie Mack retain the title here. Since I have one title moving already, and may have another one moving later on. Spoiler alert! Little teaser there. Ryan, what do you got here?
I've got Chris Bay. I like what Willie Mack has done. He's kind of legitimized that championship for a big boy. He can still move, but I think we give it back to Chris. Give it to Chris Bay. A little bit more high flying, a little more flippy do action with the Impact Championship.
Whee!
I gotta sneeze.
Very good. You okay? You all right?
You.
Normal sneeze. We don't have it. We don't have it, do we?
No, that's not the Rona sneeze. No, that was just my nose tickled sneeze.
Good. Matt, how about you?
I'm also picking Chris Bay, but I feel like that these two have the opportunity to become one of those thrown together tag teams in the future once Shamrock, hangs them back up for another 10 years.
He's vascular.
Very, very vascular. Tim, how about you?
Dashing Chris Bay.
Oh, man, I'm out on an island here all by myself so far. Brittany, how about you?
You're still on that island because I'm going Chris Bay all the way. Chris Bay all the way.
So lonely. That's all right. I can deal with it. Quarantine life is I'm able to be lonely. All right, singles match for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Jordan Grace defending against Deonna Purrazzo. And I know I've been giving a lot of love to former guests of this show, but sorry, Deonna, I'm gonna say that Jordan's gonna retain here. But this match should be absolutely fantastic. This is probably the match, just looking at the card, that I'm looking forward to the most. Ryan, how about you?
This is also intern Mark's match of the night.
It absolutely is.
He had just sent me the Hershey mail phone calls that he also has Jordan Grace winning this match. As do I. I believe Jordan Grace will retain here.
Matt, how about you?
I'm picking Deonna solely to upset Mark since he's not on the show.
Yeah, okay. Like, I thought we were going to have him on the show because Hershey Park closed at 7, and he's so disappointed. But then, like, fatherly duties. He's like, he has to. Can't you just, like, put the kids in front of the TV and join us on a podcast? Isn't that how it works?
I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look what Matt does. And Matt, you would think you have a baby. That requires much more attention than, like, fairly grown children.
She's one now. She's self-sufficient. It was
Is that the age they can start fending for themselves?
Oh, absolutely. Probably could happen sooner, but we just kept it to the 1 year time.
All right. Yeah. Nikki joining us here on the video. How's it going, Nikki? Brian says intern Mark conspicuous by his absence. Absolutely. I am none too happy with intern Mark not being here. What's that, Ryan?
Who was that from, that comment?
Cousin Brian said that one.
Hello. Hi, Cousin Brian.
Cousin Brian with us as well.
Ask him, and I guess I can ask him because he hears my voice too.
Absolutely.
Are you coming this week weekend to Atomic Championship Wrestling Saturday night. It's going to be outside in beautiful Newmanstown, Pennsylvania. The cherry blossoms are blooming.
Oh, are they now?
Nope, there's no trees there.
No trees in Newmanstown. Tim, who do you have here for the Impact World Knockouts Championship? Sure, it's a world championship.
Yeah, it's a world championship. I have to go with my gut and go with Deonna Purrazzo.
All right. And Brittany, how about you? Oh, Brittany doesn't seem happy with that pick.
I have to go with my Hosset, Jordan Grace. Got to go with her. She, I feel like she's holding the title really well. And I'm excited just for this match in general. I mean, Deonna is fantastic as well. It's gonna be a barn burner.
It absolutely is. And then the final match of the night, again, as with the Open Challenge tag team match, this one has a to be announced, to be determined spot. It is a fatal 4-way match for the vacant Impact World Championship. Ace Austin, Eddie Edwards, Trey, and then a superstar to be announced. I have my prediction on who that superstar will be. I think this is the landing spot for Ethan Carter III. And I think that Ethan Carter III will claim back his spot at the top of Impact Wrestling, and he will become the new Impact World Champion this Saturday night at Slammiversary. Ryan, how about you?
Jim, I think that's a great pick. I also have EC3 as your mystery opponent, your fourth man in this fatal 4-way. Really great match. I've been able to see all of these guys live. I'm going to go with Ace Austin, and I'm going to give him the hometown nod. He's a Lancaster boy. So Ace Austin will be my choice to win here at Slammiversary 18. I'm not sure what number this is.
Yeah, I've lost count at this point. There's a
lot of them.
And they like on the promo like pictures that I've seen, I haven't seen any Roman numerals on them, so I've lost track of what number it is.
Last year was 17, so this year, so I'm sure it's 18.
Well, we don't know. Again, hashtag 2020 is weird.
Wikipedia says it's the 16th, so who knows? I don't know.
See, I told you. We're traveling back in time. Time stands still. 2020's canceled. That's what my calendar. We have like one of those like dry erase calendars. We haven't had anything on there since March. My wife just wrote on there 2020's canceled. So I have no clue what year Slammiversary this is. Matt, how about you? What do you got here?
Yeah, EC3 is going to be my pick to be in and to win as well. Former guest of the show.
That's right.
A picture floating around of EC3 wearing a 3-Count Thursday T-shirt somewhere. So
don't worry, I'll be sure to throw that up on the site when he wins on Saturday.
Like, do we have Photoshop yet? I know the budget for 3-Count's been a little tight in 2020, but let's superimpose all of us in there. We all have pictures of us
with that shirt on. Yeah, we can make it happen. I think
he can be our unofficial 7th member.
Yeah,
fine. We'll make that work.
He yelled at Ryan in a backstage interview because he was being too calm.
He did not yell at me. He guided me to be more upset that he got kicked in the dick.
You were too soft spoken, I believe, is what.
That was his exact word.
You were too soft spoken.
Soft spoken.
Tim, who do you have as the fourth man? Not to be confused with Mabel as the third man. Who do you have as the fourth man, and who will win the world championship?
EC3 has to be the fourth guy. It's just kind of math. As far as who the champion will be, I'm gonna go Ace Austin.
Okay, so you're on Ryan Island on this one.
Yeah, because even though the story would be really nice for EC3 to come back and control the narrative, I really think the money would be in the chase for EC3. In a 4-way, he doesn't have to eat the fall. So Ace Austin can pin Eddie Edwards and be done with it. or Trey Miguel. Isn't Trey Miguel in this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can pin anyone but EC3 and be all right.
Yeah. If EC3 does not end up as champion, I don't think he's gonna eat the fall here. That would be very WWE of Impact to do that to EC3. And I'm trying to be as nice as I can so Frank actually likes me again after this podcast. Brittany, who do you have as the fourth man and the victor here?
I'm on Ryan and Tim Island with this. I mean, I go with it all thinking that EC3 is going to be the guy. It's kind of just obvious that, like, unless, again, it's 2020. We don't know. Sandman could come from that show and jump.
Get on that same flight.
Get on the same flight with Tasha Steelz. They head on over and he wins, he wins the championship. And then him and Ken Shamrock and Tommy Dreamer start a faction together. Whatever, we don't know. But
wow.
I do agree that that's where it's gonna be is the hometown guy, hometown. It'll be easier for EC3 to come in and chase, like Tim said, and be able to build himself back up and do all of that kind of stuff. Because I like EC3. He's not he's got so much charisma and potential, and he's just hilarious, and but he's also a really good wrestler. So I mean, he's got it all. He just needs an outlet.
Yeah, I mean, probably the most baffling thing, and it is rare that you hear me say anything negative about WWE on this program, but the fact that they had EC3 and they pretty much never gave him the opportunity to promo or anything is probably one of the more baffling decisions in recent memory. Like, whether or not that, like, I know there's people who have differing opinions on EC3's wrestling ability, and that's fine, but like, you can't deny the guy's work on the microphone. Like, he is just spectacular. Tim, have we arrived at our destination? Oh, hold on, you're muted. Hold on, Tim, you're muted. Have you arrived?
If the destination were 7-Eleven, then yes, I've arrived.
Yay! Thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Well, it was
Get
just
Slurpee.
I'll say it was just Slurpee Day the other day, I think.
Get those big gulps.
There you go. Get that mask on. Get that. I was gonna bring.
Yeah, good job. Mask up.
I was gonna bring my Fiend mask down here just so you guys could see it, but then I forgot. So.
You look much better with the mask covering your face.
Oh, come on.
How does the Fiend mask fit, Jim? Like, does
what?
It look like small or?
No, it actually fits my fat head and face. So it will fit. It will fit most average human beings as well. So that's a good thing for you. Cousin Brian said he's got to head out. Mark called and he needs help. He fell asleep on the tram and they locked him in the shed. Oh dear God. Well, that would explain.
Oh, hi, Mark.
That would explain why intern Mark is not here with us. So hopefully.
How about Mark going viral there on the Twitters a little bit?
Right? He sent his dick pic to Felicia Rose and Twitter exploded.
Like it ended up like 850 likes later. Mark's
right?
Mark's phone finally broke.
At 3count intern, you can go look at intern Mark's dick pic.
Yes.
Well, Tim's ordering something. Not sure what Tim's ordering. Devin has EC.
Tell the guy we said hello at 7-Eleven, Tim.
The Devin has EC3 as the fourth man, says he's going to win, and he remembers being that backstage that night when Ryan got yelled at by EC3.
Thank you.
So.
I wasn't yelled at.
You were yelled at. You were being too soft-spoken, Ryan.
You know what? You guys are all going to look, and myself included, we're all going to look like fools when the big surprise is just goddamn Eric Young going back to TNA. Learn this all.
So, and this was a question that I've had on the back burner for a couple of weeks because I believe it is Saturday that is the first day that most of the released talent is eligible to end up somewhere. Do we think that anybody else is going to debut or make their return to Impact here on Saturday? Ryan, I'll start with you because you were nodding yes.
Yes, I believe we will see the triumphant return of the tag team Chronic. They will be back. One from the grave. and one from retirement. Chronic is returning.
I don't think so, Tim.
Matt,
I do. No, I really do. Don't fucking dismiss me that quick, Jim.
I mean, you said Chronic. Well, okay, let's be honest. If there was a year where Chronic was going to return, 2020 would be that year.
It could happen.
It certainly could. You know what, Ryan? I'm sorry.
Brian
I take
Clark and like a marionette Brian Adams. It'll be all right.
Oh my God.
Oh, like that's the worst thing I said. Fuck you all.
I take back my.
I don't think so, Tim.
I take it back because you know what? 2020, sure. Chronic is going to return or make their debut.
Can we get a way out of line, please, Jim?
Yes, you can.
Way out of line. Way out of line.
And we'll throw.
We see Leo Ross.
We'll throw in the
Ridiculous.
to go as well, but it might not be that ridiculous either. Devin thinks we're going to see the return of aces and eights. I would imagine going along with the Gallows and Anderson. Jason as the fourth man obviously is going to be Vince Russo, and he will win the title. I mean, bro, why not? Matt,
happen.
any other thoughts of returns or debuts?
Did you even hear my real pick?
Oh no, I didn't. I thought Chronic was your real pick.
You did. You did. You hit me with those stupid way out of line shit. Leo Rush.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Matt, how about you?
I was also going to say Leo Rush. So
I don't believe you.
To steal Ryan's thunder, Chronic is my pick. my real pick.
That's your real pick is Chronic. Lou joining us. How's it going, Lou? Welcome in. Tim, any other returns, debuts that you think might happen?
I would have said Drake Maverick, but that's not going to happen.
No, it certainly is not.
So, and if it wasn't for COVID-19, I would have said Rusev, but no.
Oh, yeah. Best wishes. That's why I put the Rusev Day shirt up here. Hopefully Rusev and both of Lana's parents. Jesus, what a week for them.
Makes me think who's the common equation in that.
I mean, it couldn't have been a WWE employee. They've been 100% on top of this thing from the get-go.
Pretty good. They've been pretty good.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. Am I?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I still think a couple of chips are going to fall somewhere.
Okay.
Who knows?
I mean, obviously, besides the predictions we already made. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I think we already had three. All of us kind of had three debuting. Brittany, any thoughts on who else may show up this Saturday night?
Well, I mean, you say Chronic like a ridiculous thing. However, the last time we had a like number for people who had COVID and like people who had died of COVID in New Orleans, the death toll was -1. So that means somebody came back.
Wow. What is happening down there in New Orleans?
I'll send you the screenshot. I took a picture of it, like, just because I couldn't even believe it myself. I like pulled up my phone and took a picture. So it was -1 was the death toll in New Orleans of COVID. So
congratulations to that guy or lady.
Chronic is potential. It has potential. But yeah, I'd say Leo Rush, like, he's out of all the people that have been like let go. I would say he's probably the one that's the most hungry to get back out and start wrestling. I feel like Eric Young will probably go off and do a little bit of something else for now, or I'm sure that a lot of the people that have been kind of let go are wanting to do more like producer, writer, booker kind of things behind the scenes, because Eric was starting to do that already kind of. So I think it's going to be Leo Rush, because he's the main one that's going to be hungry enough to be like, yeah, someone book me, anyone, let's do this.
I'm going to go ahead with my main guy, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Matt Cardona. I don't know if you've ever heard of the guy, but he's busted his ass for years in this business, and would love to see him get a shot here in Impact. So I think he's gonna He's gonna make his debut there. I think he's
One of
hungry.
the WrestleMania moments in the last
my
20 years.
Yeah, well, at least in 3 count land, he had one of the best WrestleMania moments. I thought, still to this day, that basement you're sitting in, I'm surprised is still standing after he stole the Miz's championship victory at the worst WrestleMania in the network era, WrestleMania Dallas. And what a disappointment for me! It is in my NFL team's stadium, and that was just a complete shit bag from crust to tip, that entire pay-per-view.
XFL team's hometown as well.
Well, yeah, but they were playing over in the old baseball stadium. So, but man, it had the star, everything. It was perfect, and everything went horribly. It was
you like
awful.
The Cowboys?
I do. I know,
right?
I'm sorry. That's the reaction everybody get there. Oh,
well, I'm in New Orleans, so I'm a Saints fan. So
yeah, you all have my guy that should have been my coach.
Yeah,
that should have been my Super Bowl, not your Super Bowl. It should have been mine.
If you guys wouldn't have kept Jason Garrett for 37 years, maybe you could have got Sean Payton.
Well, you're not wrong about that one. You're not wrong about that one, Tim. Is
it possible that we see Kurt Angle return? He has already spent 10 years in TNA and Impact Wrestling.
Can we see Sting back?
I heard John Cena's contract expires.
Are you sure about that?
That's what I heard.
I mean, here's the deal. I again, at this point, I think everything's on the table. If the Mortician rides his motorcycle down to the ring at this point, I would not be surprised. Like, I really wouldn't at this point. It just, nothing in this year will surprise me at this point.
Give him the motorcycle. They'd have to tweak it a bit. Like the Mortician will be on a Segway. Right up to the ring.
I was gonna say something, but I don't even want to put it out into the universe in 2020 because I was gonna say if that happens, I will claim to be a bigger AEW fan than WWE fan for the remainder of this godforsaken year. If the Mortician rides his Segway to the ring this Saturday at Slammiversary,
I'll tell you this much.
Hover round.
Or that if the Mortician makes his debut at Slammiversary, I will swear that I am a bigger AEW fan, and I'll even buy that godforsaken demo god shirt that they released today for Chris Jericho. What a shitbag of a segment that was, and I hate it because I'm a Chris Jericho guy. But what an awful segment last night, Ryan.
I think it was a great segment.
Awful.
Are we talking about the segment now? I don't know what we're talking
about. Oh no,
about.
I thought you were gonna say something when I was ranting about the Mortician.
Oh yeah, how long do you think that entrance would be on the hover round?
44 minutes. 44 minutes.
Got it. 44-minute entrance.
It'll be the longest segment on the show by a lot. Let's go around the group. Let's give a predictive grade on Impact Slammiversary. I'll start us off. I'll say B-. Card looks fairly solid. I don't know much about what's going on, so I don't have a high level of expectation. So Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, I think B- sounds really, really good. I'm going to be really disappointed when Tino Sabatelli is the one who shows up from the WWE.
Matt, let's get your grade.
As the negatrarian of 3 Count Thursday, I'm going to give this an A+, just so I could thoroughly disappointed at the end of the show.
Kobe.
All right, Tim, how about you?
Since he wants to be me, I'm going to be him, and I'm going to give this show a D+.
There you go. And Brittany, how about you?
I definitely think that once the Rock and Roll Express make their debut, it's going to be an A+ show. But until then, I'm going to give it a C, like a solid C. Not a plus or minus, just like a C. Because again, I don't quite know what's going on from the last Slammiversary, but I'm judging it on what I watched at the last Slammiversary. So yeah, I'm gonna go C.
All right, Devin predicts a B, and Jason, in true Jason form, predicts a D. So there we go. Now,
it would be nice if they gave us like a previously on Slammiversary at the beginning of the show, though, just to like recap what we've missed in the last
decade. Excuse me, what did I miss in the last 10 years of Impact/TNA wrestling? Do they do a free for all? Is that a thing they do? Is the before the pay-per-view?
I think it's all on Twitch. I think it's all free for all. I don't even know how they do it anymore.
I have no idea. Do we have access to their Twitch? I don't know.
Tim would be the one that would have access to it if any of us did.
He would.
Who? Tim.
Yeah, Tim's a Twitcher.
Oh, that's right.
He is a Twitcher.
Twitch is free. Anybody can go to Twitch and watch anything.
Okay, so Impact, you can get it for that is all free for all. Nikki agrees with Jason. It'll be a D. Jason also asks, is Jim Cornette's hot tub involved in this at all? Come on now.
Way out of line. Way out of line.
Matt's open. It'll be worth the $40, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. All right, let's
Sonny's not going to be there.
Well, I mean, I know the state of Pennsylvania is trying to not allow her to be paroled. So, if that doesn't go through, then she won't be there. But again, maybe they could do that prison TikTok thing and she can get it and they can put the phone in the hot tub, because if Sonny's doing something on a camera, you would want to drop your phone into the hot tub. That is the best. That is the best course of action at that point anyway.